'Cause we could be immortals, immortals.
Hello, and what's up, everybody? It's Travis DayBreaker here again with another Wizard101 fire walkthrough. Now, as you remember, last time we reached level 12, and I'm starting out in the fire school because at level 12 we get a new quest for a new spell. Last time we picked up the spell Steel Charm from basically completing Wizard City's main quest line. Now all we have left to do is Colossus Blvd and Crab Alley. Now this spell I will not be using right now, but it will come in handy in future battles. So yeah. So since we're already at Falmea, let's go ahead and get her quest and see what all it says.
So you are ready to learn your next spell? Very well. You will first need to collect a fire shard from a fire elf on Firecat Alley. After that, talk to Bernie.
Okay, so we got the quest, and the quest is to go all the way to Firecat Alley and defeat a fire elf. So I will make my way there, and I'll see you when I get there. Okay, so we've made it to Firecat Alley, so now we have to defeat a fire elf and collect a shard from it. So now we have to find one. Should be able to do it on any fire elf. So I guess we'll be fighting the fire elf Pathfinder. So I'm going to do this and then get right back to you. Okay, so now we have completed the quest of getting a fire shard. So now we have to talk to Bernie. Bernie can be found in Ravenwood outside of the fire classroom. Let's see what he has to say.
It takes a lot of concentration in order to cast Link. You must prove you are worthy to earn this spell. Enter the fire tower and face your opponent. Afterwards, if you are successful, come talk to me.
Okay, so I guess that we'll be learning the new spell Link, because that's what Bernie said. So let's go in here.
As you enter the room, you slam the fire shard onto the ground, which erupts in flames, forming a fire crow.
Okay, since we're facing a fire crow, let's put in some prisms. This should be too difficult. No.
Opponent, take this fire gem, which represents my approval.
Done and done. Let's go talk to Bernie.
Ah, you have the fire gem the Fire Crow gave you. Now you will need to go to Festival Park on Cyclops Lane to learn your words of power from the fire minion. After you have learned the words of power, speak to Professor Falmea.
Okay, so we're going to Cyclops Lane. So that's next. I'll see you there. Okay, now we're at Cyclops Lane and getting ready to summon the fire minion. So let's do that and see what happens.
You hear a hissing noise deep within the earth.
Greetings, student of fire. I see that you have obtained a fire gem. You have shown your resourcefulness and dedication. For that, you have our favor. The power words you will require for your spell are Omnibio Hissia Paraxima.
Okay, so we have the words of power. So now we need to go talk to Falmea again. So let's do that.
Ah, you have the fire gem and the words of power. Super. I will now intone your spell.
Falmea speaks the words of power in what sounds like an ancient tongue.
Your efforts have paid off, student. Make sure to put this in your deck. You may need it soon.
Okay, we learned the spell. And it's called Link. This spell not only does damage, but it also heals us as well over the 3 rounds. So that comes in handy. Since I have Link, I'm going to leave 2 in and only leave in 1 pixie. Because Link should be able to help us on healing. Okay, now that we've done that, it's time to start our quests in Colossus Blvd. You can actually get to Colossus Blvd from the shopping district. So let's go talk to Private O'Doyle. And see what he has to say.
Thank goodness the headmaster sent a wizard to aid us. We could really use your help. Strange creatures have taken over Colossus Blvd. We don't know where they came from, but they eat everything in sight. We call them gobblers. I admire you wizards. My niece studies ice magic at Ravenwood, but I'm worried about her. She said she was doing some school project on Colossus Blvd, but I don't know why she has to do it now. Would you go speak to her and see if she needs any help? Her name is Mindy Pixie Crown.
Okay, so now the gate's open and we can enter into Colossus. Now, if you don't know this yet, Colossus Blvd is kind of preparing you for the other worlds. Because whenever you get into a battle here, you don't just fight one monster. You end up fighting 2. And that's the normal way of things. So be ready for that. Let's talk to Mindy.
That's so sweet of my uncle to send you. I'm so glad you came too. I've been doing some ice research for Professor Greyrose, but I had to stop. I really need your help. This is horrible! First the gobblers showed up and started eating everything in sight, and then these evil snowmen? They're all over the place! We must get rid of them, but there are so many! Hey, I know! Why don't you defeat some of them and see if that will chase the rest away?
So for the quest, we have to defeat 5 gobbler, any of the gobbler, and 3 of the evil snowmen. So let's do that. Right here is 2 together. We only got the evil snowman, so that's okay. But as you can see, there are 2 enemies in the battle now. So that's what I was talking about. But I'm going to do this quest. I'm going to finish up fighting the evil snowman and then do the gobblers as well. So after that's complete, I will get back to you all. Okay, so now that we have done that, we can come back to Mindy and talk to her again.
Well, that didn't seem to make a dent in those gobblers at all. They're still eating the city. Go speak with Professor Greyrose. Maybe she will know what to do. I'll try to keep their damage to a minimum.
To Professor Greyrose we go. Let's find out what she has to say about the gobblers.
Oh dear, I was afraid of that. It was an accident. I didn't mean to summon those gobblers, and those evil snowmen aren't doing a thing to help. They're actually causing more trouble. The biggest problem with gobblers is that they're always hungry. Let's try brewing a potion to make them lose their appetite. The snowmen we'll deal with later. Here is a list of ingredients for the potion. Take it back to Minty Pixie Crown on Colossus Blvd.
Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go back to Mindy. See you at Mindy. Now that we're back here, let's see what she has to say.
A magic potion? Excellent idea! I'll begin working on this list she gave us. I'll set up the cauldron for the potion here. Can you get the first ingredient? It's called stinkweed. You can find that growing right here in Colossus Blvd. Go gather some for me.
We need 6. You can find the stinkweed over here next to the first tower as you come in Colossus Blvd. This tower over here. Be careful whenever crossing the street not to run into any of the gobblers, or you'll have to fight them that or flee and come back. This quest is simple though. All you have to do is collect the stinkweed. We have 4 and we need 6. So I'm going to let them respawn and then go turn in the quest. See you in a minute. Okay, now that we're back at Mindy, let's see what she says.
Woo! This stinkweed really does stink. I know I've lost my appetite. That's all I need. I'll brew the potion now. Here's the first batch of potion, young wizard. Hopefully this will make the gobblers stop eating. While I'm making more, go beat some gobblers in combat and make them drink the stinkweed potion.
Okay, so now we have to defeat any 4 gobblers. So I like to use the gobblers that's found over here, because they only have 150 health, so they're much easier to handle. I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you back here at Mindy. Okay, now that we have that done, let's see what Mindy says.
All done? Excellent. Let's see if the potion had any effect. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the potion didn't quite work. I don't want to bother the headmaster. I know. The Gobbler King lives in the large palace at the very end of the street. Maybe we can reason with him. I'll try to brew a stronger potion. See if you can make a deal with the Gobbler King to stop eating and leave the city.
Okay, so the Gobbler King is all the way over here. And right now, we're just right here. So I'll meet you at the castle. Real quick before we do that, let's get this quest, which is to talk to Kazul.
I've been waiting for a shipment of goods from Kirby Longspear, my delivery man. The last I heard, Kirby was further down the street in the next park area. I can't reach him in this mess. Would you go find him and see what's happened to my shipment? I'll pay you for your time.
Okay, so now that we have that quest, we can go do that. Okay, now that we're here at Kirby, let's see what Kirby has to say.
Thank goodness someone found me. I'll bet Kazul is steaming. Please, I need your help. Those gobblers stole my shipment. After they ate a handful, they went straight for me. Please, help me. I promised to deliver those goods to Kazul, but the barrels have rolled everywhere. Will you gather up as many barrels as you can and bring them back? If you do, I'll share my profits with you.
Okay, so this quest is easy. All you have to do is get the barrels on the street, which can be found along the side as you go. So we're going to look for those as we go down the street toward the Gobbler King. So here's one. We need 6 of them all together. 2, 3, 4. Now, don't forget whenever you come down this way to go to the castle, here is the last smith. So now that we have all the smiths, whenever we're in the commons next, we can talk to Prospector Zeke. So, to give those barrels time to respawn, let's go ahead and go talk to the Gobbler King. Now, in this, we have to fight the prince.
You'll have to get past me if you want to see the king.
This isn't too hard of a battle. Some people farm Prince Gobblestone because he can drop the thing that we're currently wearing, which is called Heartsteel. It gives 45 health, and I believe it's 5 universal defense. So, some people farm him so they can get that fame, which is a pretty good fame. You can also get it from the crown shop if you don't want to farm. But it's really easy to defeat him. So I would recommend farming before you go and spend your crowns on this effect. just going to use Meteor. And done and done. Now, didn't get that a thing, but we did get a thing. Now, don't forget to go over here and get the history of ice magic while you're here. Now, let's see what the Gobbler King has to say.
A tiny wizard. Hello, tiny wizard. Have you come to surrender your city? You want us to leave? Oh, no. No, no, no. My people love it here. We shall call this city New Gobblerton. If you prove to be good servants, perhaps we shall let the tiny wizard stay in New Gobblerton. Here is my royal decree.
You pick up the royal decree to take back to Mindy Pixie Crown.
Okay, let's go back to Mindy and see what she has to say about this royal decree.
The Gobbler King wants us to surrender Wizard City? Big problem. Big problem. I can't believe the Gobblers are trying to claim Wizard City. We need to tell Headmaster Ambrose. Take the Gobbler King's royal decree to Headmaster Ambrose. See what he thinks we should do.
Okay, let's go back to the commons, but first, don't forget to leave a mark. Okay.
What? This decree doesn't even make sense. It's just pictures of ice cream and chickens drawn in crayon.
Headmaster Ambrose shakes his head sadly.
The gobblers may be a larger problem than we realized. I hate to ask, but you need to go duel some of them to test their strength.
Okay, so now we got a new quest from Merle Ambrose. That quest is, if I can find it, right here. A foul decree. You have to defeat 2 Gorger, 2 Scouters, 2 Scavengers, 2 Gluttons, 2 Munchers. So in total, we have to fight, I think it's 10, so 5 battles, as long as you can get them all together. Don't forget to go over here and talk to Prospector Zeke.
Well, tarnation, you found them all! I'll find a good home for them, don't you worry. Here's a little reward for helping me out. You more than deserve it for all your assistance. Look me up if you ever wandered the spiral.
So we got a training point from Prospector Zeke. That gives us 5 in total. I will see you back after I have defeated all of these wonderful, wonderful gobblers. See you soon. Okay, now that we're done with that, we need to talk to Merle Ambrose again. Let's see what he has to say.
Good. Now that we know how strong the gobblers are, I have a plan. Please deliver this letter to Mindy Pixie Crown for me. Your hard work will pay off, I promise.
Headmaster Ambrose hands you an official-looking document.
to Mindy we go.
Mindy Pixie Crown reads the official-looking document.
I think this plan will work. This plan calls for challenging the Gobbler King's two closest advisors, Baron Greebly and Baron Rotunda. Dueling isn't my strength, so you're the only one who can do this, young wizard. They're each hiding out in towers, one at each end of the street. Defeat them and see what the Gobbler King has to say then.
Okay. So, the first boss that we're going to have to face is down this way, and it's Baron Greebly. Greebly can be found in this tower right here. So we have everything we need. We have enough treasure cards. So we should be good.
Is it time for dinner yet? You look like you'd make a good stew. Get over here.
Seems like he wants to eat us, is what it just sounded like to me. Okay, now that that's over with, we have to go to Baron Rotunda. Now, that Baron can be found all the way at the other end of the street. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there fast. Also, we're going to be turning in the quest for Kirby Longspear. We collected enough of the barrels that we needed. So we'll do that too while we're at it. So let's see what he has to say now.
Ah, you found my barrels. Now if the gobblers would just stay away from them. The evil snowmen are eyeing my shipment of sugar. It's not because they have a sweet tooth. They just worry that they may be on the menu if the gobblers get hungry. They know gobblers would take sugar over snow any day. But I need to deliver that sugar. The children would be disappointed without their cookies. Would you battle a few of those evil snowmen and chase them away? Then I can deliver the goods to Kozel.
Okay, so now we have to defeat 6 snowmen. But before we do that, we're going to go fight the Baron that we need to face down at this opposite end of the street. Okay, So, Baron Rotunda can be found here in this castle.
You've come to take away my treats? I can't allow that. To battle!
To battle. We should be good on health and mana for this battle. I'm hoping that 2 Fire Blades and Meteor will be able to take care of them. As you can see though, they like to cast Fire Shield, which I do not like one bit. So let's take out the boss. And now we just have to take out this minion, this glutton. Which shouldn't be very hard. I mean, I can wand attack now. And then next turn, I'll use something like Paralink or Fire Elf. And that should take care of the glutton on the damage over time. So, no big deal. Of course, that is if we don't fizzle. Fizzling is my worst enemy. It's like every time I try to do something that matters, it fizzles. Okay, so those are done. And now we just have to talk to the Gobbler King. So let's go do that really quick. Now, you would think that since we've already fought the Prince Gobblestone, that we would have to do it again. But if I'm right, and I think I am, we'll have to fight him once again. And that is correct. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll meet you at the Gobbler King. Okay, so we've made it to the Gobbler King.
Ah, the little wizard is back. Are you ready to surrender now?
You tell the Gobbler King about your battles with Barons Greebly and Rotunda.
What? You defeated them? I find that hard to believe. I'll have to send someone to find out if what you say is true or not.
Just as the Gobbler King is getting ready to call, a messenger breaks into the room.
Sir, the 2 barons have been defeated by a student wizard. What shall we do?
Oh dear, what you said is true. Then that means no Gobblerton, Wizard City, is yours. Spare me and my people, Wizard. We mean you no harm. I ask that we are allowed to stay here. Our old home was filled with witches, and we are too scared to go back. I promise we will not eat so much. You have my word.
Okay, so we kind of figure out why they're here now. It's because their own world was full of witches. So, I mean, that's understandable. But anyways, let's go back and talk to Mindy Pixie Crown again.
Amazing, young wizard. You have brought peace with the gobblers. You've done a great job. Be sure to tell Headmaster Ambrose what the Gobbler King said. Now I can get back to my project.
Okay, so that completes this street, all except for doing the quest for Causal, finishing it up. Let me show you this. To the left of Mindy Pixie Crown, there's a little area here. You can go down and inside of this house, and inside we're going to find Mildred. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Farstein or Faster. Fairseer. Mildred Fairseer. My bad. Okay, so basically at level 22, she gives us the Quench spell, which is nice because it makes it to where we can use that on a fire type enemy, and they cannot use the spell that they cast that is fire. You can also get that for your other schools too. They have all of them here. They're all at level 22. If you're life, you can get Life Trap at level 10. And then Reshuffle, we will be coming back at level 20 and getting Reshuffle. So that's something to look forward to. Level 20 and level 22. So don't forget about this place. Okay, so before I leave this area, I'm going to go ahead and cleaning up, doing that quest to battle the 6 snowmen. So I'm going to do that, and I will meet you afterwards at Kirby Longspear. See you then. Okay, so now that that's over with, we can talk to Kirby again.
With those snowmen gone, I think I can make a run for it and deliver this special sugar to Causal. Thanks. I could make a run for it alone, but not carrying that barrel of sugar. The gobblers might take a bite out of me while I'm trying to get to the sugar, and I'm not all that sweet. Would you deliver a barrel for me? If those gobblers mess with you, you can mess with them right back.
Mess with them right back. Okay, let's go to Causal. I'm going to do this quickly. Okay, now that we're at Causal, we can turn in the quest.
Ah, my barrel of sugar. Just imagine if the gobblers had gotten hold of this. Thank you so much.
Okay, that completes all the quests for I apologize, for Colossus Blvd. Now we need to go talk to Merle Ambrose. I'm going to speed everything up, that way we can get to places quicker. Let's see what Merle has to say.
My plan worked. Oh, that's excellent news.
You tell Headmaster Ambrose what the Gobbler King said about their home world.
My. I certainly don't want to force them to go back to a world where they aren't welcome. Very well. We will let them stay on Colossus Blvd. It appears we have new neighbors.
Okay. Not only did we finish Colossus Blvd, we also leveled up. So now, looking at our level, We are level 14. So we're doing pretty good right now. The next thing for us to do is we have a quest to go talk to Boris. And then we also picked up the Mistwood, so we can talk to Endora also.
Amazing! You found a whole set of books. This article is going to be the last word on magic. We may win a prize.
Okay. So we got a new fame and ring for doing that. Now let's go talk to Endora. Remember that Endora can be found in Old Town.
That Mistwood should do nicely.
Miss Tangletree gets to work with hammer, plane, and saw. In a few moments, you have a nice little work table.
Now, with a basic crafting table, you have a place to work.
Okay, so this quest is for crafters, and it lets us learn the novice crafting ability.
Now, with your work table, you can begin to learn the fine trade of crafting, making your own items. First, you should place the basic crafting table in your dorm room or castle. Your first assignment is to make 2 daggers of absolution. You should have no difficulty. You'll need to buy a recipe from me and then gather the required ingredients. When you've got all your ingredients, use your basic crafting table to make the aphames. When you have made 2 daggers of absolution, bring them back to me and I'll award you a novice crafter badge. So remember to bring them here when you're finished. Good luck. I can't wait to see them.
As Endora said, she sells the recipe to make the daggers of absolution. So just buy that, and then you can find what you need to make the
Have you brought
daggers.
the 2 daggers of absolution I asked you to make? If you don't have both of
this
them,
guy.
I can't help you, dearie.
Some of it. You need black coal, and then you also need sapphire, I do believe. Yes. Then mistwood and cattail. Okay. So, now we have the crafting quest. The quest to be able to go to the next world, which is Crocotopia. And outfitting. Right here. So, you would think that that's everything, but right here is a quest from Gloria Kendall.
Greetings, young wizard. You look like you could use some proper clothes for keeping Wizard City safe. I can make you a splendid set that will help protect you. To sew you a wonderful wizard outfit, I'll need fabric that's been bonded with magic. I'm out of material right now, but I know where you can get some. Begin by bringing me some shrouds from haunted minions on Triton Avenue. I'll get to work once I have those.
Okay, so this is why I didn't start yet, because you need to fight 5 haunted minion for this and 4 haunted minion for this. Hopefully we get everything we need out of just 5 battles. Okay, I'm going to start the quest to get these real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay, now that we've completed that, we can talk to Gloria again.
Oh, what lovely shrouds. These'll do nicely. Good job. If we're going to make your outfit magical, we'll need some fairy dust. Collect some fairy dust from the dark fairies on Unicorn Way and bring it back to me.
Okay, before we do that, we can turn in the other quest to Ran Tamar. He can be found on Cyclops Lane, just past the fairground area.
Thank you very much. These should work just fine. Since I have some extra cloth, here, take this.
Okay, so that completes the quest for Cyclops Lane. Remember, this means that we've completed the main storyline, and we have also done the side quest. Now, since in this video we are supposed to get through Crab Alley as well tonight, let's go start that quest line. You can start the Crab Alley quest by going and talking to Blvd. Well, not really Blvd. Sir Homer Sunblade.
The storm mill is in trouble, and I need your help. Something strange is going on down below us, and we don't know what. You might not know this, but we collect magical lightning here and store it in the storm batteries buried far below the mill. The storm batteries are in tunnels that were once beneath Triton Avenue, but now they're located right off Crab Alley. I need your help to take a look down there and see what can be done. Here's a water-breathing potion. Go to the edge of the river, near the anchor rope, and jump down to Crab Alley. Find Herman. He may have an idea about what's going on down there.
Okay, so now we have started the Crab Alley quest line, so let's go do it.
This looks like the spot. Next stop, Crab
Alley. Okay, here's Herman.
Welcome. It is good to see a wizard in these strange times. I'm happy to see you. Everything is topsy-turvy. King Thermidor had just returned from his world tour when we awoke one morning to find a breach in our river wall. The king went into the breach to investigate, and he came back in the company of Riverclaws. He's been acting very strangely ever since. Now Riverclaws are strutting around like they own the place. The king had a falling out with his advisor, Sir Thomas Cromshell, and now Cromshell is locked in the White Tower. Could you talk to Sir Thomas in the White Tower? The tower is locked, so you'll need a key. One of those Riverclaw guards may have a key. You'll have to defeat one and take it.
Okay, so basically we just do what he said. we have to defeat some River Claw guards. So, I will see you whenever that is completed. Okay, so we found the key, marked with the image of a white tower. That's from defeating the River Claw guards. Now we have to go to the white tower in order to talk to Sir Thomas Cromshell. Let's find out what happens whenever we enter the tower.
Trespasser! Get them!
Looks like we're going to have to fight these tower guards. Or constables, anyways. In order to be able to talk to Sir Thomas. That was easy enough.
How good it is to see you! An ominous current wends its way through Crab Alley. The king, he changed after the expedition beyond the river wall. When I offered my counsel, the king had me locked up. I beg you to find Captain Jonah and see if he can explain the king's current state of mind.
Okay, let's go talk to Captain Jonah. Captain Jonah is just down this way, inside of this tower. Well, this house.
What's this? There's a curfew on by royal decree of the king. Guards, arrest this wizard.
Yet another battle. We could easily defeat them without having to use Meteor, but I like using Meteor because it takes care of both enemies at the same time. It's just much faster to be able to do that.
Why would they attack you? Cromshell should hear about this.
Okay, so now that that's over with, let's go talk to Sir Thomas again. Now, unlike the towers before, where whenever you entered into the sigil, you have to fight again, in this one, you actually don't. You get to walk straight up to Sir Thomas
were attacked? A curfew? Oh, this is not good at all! I'm sure the river claws are behind this, somehow. I can't do much to help from here. I need you to find the one who holds the key for my cage. To do that, you'll need to defeat some river claw guards.
3 of them to be exact. Good thing they can be found right outside. So I'm going to do this and then I'll be back. So after defeating them, we find out that the king has the key to the prison in the White Tower. So let's go talk to Sir Thomas again. And let him know what we found out.
Drats! Let me think about this. Here's what you must do. Go to the king and straighten this out. Tell him that me being locked up just isn't working out. Use your magic to make him see reason.
Okay, let's go talk to the king and see what the king has to say. I'm going to place a marker here. That way we can get back really easily.
What are you doing there? The king is receiving no visitors today. He is awaiting his tea and the royal crumpets. Away with you.
Tea and crumpets. Let's tell Thomas.
Receiving no visitors? How unlike him! What's that you say about tea and crumpets? That's unusual for the king. He's never been fond of them before. I have an idea. Catherine is the head cook. She's certain to be the one preparing the tea and royal crumpets. She knows King Thermidor better than almost anyone. Speak to her and see if she'll help us. Her house is down the street.
Okay. Let's go talk to Catherine. Placing another marker.
Hello. Is there something I can help you with? Oh, I'm glad Sir Thomas thought to send you here. Ah, goodness, someone else sees it. I thought I was going mad. Wait, you haven't seen the king yet? Oh, you must see for yourself what is wrong. The king came back from his world tour, different, but in a good way. And now it's like he's someone else. I can get you in to see him, but first I have to prepare the royal snack of tea and crumpets. I can make the tea, but some of those Riverclaw scoundrels outside swiped the crumpets I baked this morning. Can you go and get those crumpets back for me?
Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now that that's over with, we can return to Catherine.
No, we love our crumpets.
Let's go see what Catherine has to say.
Excellent! You recovered them! The king certainly loves his midday snack of tea and crumpets. I've prepared the tea. If you take it to the king, I'm sure he'll see you. Maybe you'll be able to see what's wrong.
Okay, so by completing that, we have leveled up to level 15. So that's awesome news.
You have the tea and the crumpets? It's about time. His Majesty was getting very hungry. Go on in.
Okay. So now we get to find out what's wrong with the king.
You dare to intrude on King King Thermidor? Who do you think you... Oh, you have my king crumpets. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Oh, those were some magnificent crumpets. Why are you looking at me like that? Do I have crumbs on my shirt? Chamberlain, Tind! Where are you, Chamberlain?
The king dismisses you with a curt nod. You've seen what you needed to see, though. The river claw called Amadeo is dressed in King Thermidor's royal garb. The disguise is cunning, but it was obvious to you that the king is an imposter.
An imposter. That's lovely. So let's go back and tell Catherine that, hey, guess what? We found out what's wrong with the king. It's not really the king.
Did you see it? Thank goodness it's not just me. It's nothing like our King Thermidor at all. The real king is... dreamy.
Sounds like someone's got a crush.
You need to return to Sir Thomas Cromshell. Tell him what you've learned.
Okay, let's go back in here and tell Sir Thomas what we know.
What? The king is what? I can't believe the king is an imposter. Yet it explains so much. His huge appetite. How badly his clothes fit. This aggression will not stand. Something must have happened to the king. The real king, when he went through the breach in the river wall. The king took several guards with him. Please go through the breach in the wall. See if you can find the king or any of his guards. First, though, you will need a royal order to get by those guards. That won't be easy. If you can get the king's seal from his desk in the royal tower, I can fake an order for you.
Sure. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Shouldn't. Anyways, we'll find out. We have to go to the king's desk. Looks like we're the only ones here.
You find the king's seal in a drawer filled with letters and CDs. Sir Thomas will need that.
Okay. back to Sir Thomas. Oh, look, everybody. Down here at our health, we have actually reached over
Wonderful!
1,000.
Just show this royal order to the guards. They'll let you pass and into the breach.
That's wonderful news. You wouldn't know it, but that helps out a lot in battle. Having enough health and everything, that way you can survive.
You show the guards the royal seal. They let you pass.
Of course.
You pass through the breach in the river wall and enter the deep warrens. You should look for any clues to the whereabouts of the king or any of his royal guard.
Thank goodness you've come to save me. Oh, good to see you. I'm so weary I can barely stand, though. I need you to drive back some of the monsters that have been attacking me. Could you defeat the angler thugs and give me a chance to rest and think?
Okay, so we have to defeat the anglers. So I'm going to do that. I have to fight for it, and then I will be back. Okay, while I was gone, I did the quest, but I also did something else, which I'll show you in just a moment.
Good work. You pummeled those angler thugs back into the depths. King Thermidor? Yes, I did come with him through the breach, but we were separated shortly after we arrived. I know the king is still somewhere within these deep warrens. I refuse to return to Crab Alley without him. Well, I've drawn a line in the sand here, in this no crabs land, and I will wait here until you find him. But first, can you help me fix my fortifications? That way you can go safely ahead, knowing that I'm watching your back. I need you to collect some of the loose shells scattered about and bring them here. Can you do that for me?
But of course we can do that. But let me show you something real quick. Okay, I went and got the bolt blade out of my shared bank. The bolt blade is for level 15. It gives the 1 pip, the same as the Ascendant Staff, but instead of doing balance 70, it does the storm 80 damage. So that's what I went and did. We still have the footgear of Malediction, but now we have the Harvest Foes robe. So we have some increased damage and resistance, along with the power pip chance. We also got the Woodsman Bell, which also increases our damage, defense, and power pip chance. So now we're at level 15. We have 8 damage across the board, 14 defense across the board, and 5 accuracy across the board. And the accuracy is good because with only having 75% chance to hit, the 5 accuracy actually puts us up to 80. So that's really good. And then our power pip chance has went up to 18. So that's good. Okay, let's go get those shells, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have the shells, we can talk to the captain again.
Those will do nicely. Now, can you help me fix my fortifications? We want to create walls with the bigger shells and make scarefish soldiers using the smaller shells.
Okay, so we can do that. 1, 2, 3. Let's go talk to the captain.
Good job. These shell walls will help me defend the line, and the scarefish will frighten off most of whatever comes this way. Excellent. Now we can focus on finding King Thermidor. You'll need to defeat some Riverclaw guards. Cause them such distress that one of them will confess what he knows about our king.
Sounds simple enough. So let's go down here and defeat them. We have to defeat 3. So it shouldn't be that bad. I'll see you whenever I get done. Okay, so now that that's over with.
Hey! Oh, no more. The Crab King is held beyond the Alcazar, in the depths of the Wailing Cavern.
Okay, we can go back and talk to Captain Roderick now. Going to speed things up a bit.
The Wailing Cavern? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Not at all. Clearly, we need to rescue King Thermidor from the clutches of these brutes, but a direct assault may not work. I need you to scout the Alcazar. That's their fancy name for a castle. And see if you can't find a secret way to sneak in.
A small passageway into the Alcazar is hidden back here, but it's too dark to navigate. Maybe Captain Roderick will have an idea what to do next.
A dark passageway, you say? Perfect! Sounds like you'll need a light. Have you seen the glowfish around here? They are so pretty. Go collect some. Once you have a school's worth, take them to the dark passageway and release them. Or they'll swim into the tunnel and light your way.
Okay, so we have to collect 6 of these. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You now have a school's worth of glowfish. You should take them to the dark passage by the Alcazar.
That's exactly what we'll do.
You release the glowfish. They swim into the dark, lighting the passage. You enter the secret passage. You wonder where it leads. You have entered the Wailing Cavern. Now to find the king.
Why, hello! Are you here for the sound check? Great to see you! It's always good to meet a fan. I met King Amadeo, and he asked me to perform for him soon. That was quite a while ago, though. He said he wanted to check out Crab Alley, but that he'd be back for the show. I've lost my guards, and I can't go look for them because of the dreaded eels. They're very bitey. Have you been to Crab Alley recently? How are things back home? What? My kingdom has been taken over? That sounds terrible. I should go back, but I can't leave without my guards. If you can explore the area and find my missing guards, I'd be happy to talk to you about returning to Crab Alley.
Okay, so this part of the questing is fairly simple. All you have to do is go back and let out his guards, who are in these iron cages here. So you need to release 4 of them. That was 1, 2, 3,
Thank you for freeing us. I thought we were boiled for sure. Is the king safe? One of those river claws claimed that their super smart science guy started this whole problem. He was mucking about with something called a storm battery. Can you believe that? I've never heard such nonsense.
Now, if you remember, the whole reason why we're down here is because the storm mill is messed up due to the storm batteries.
A super smart science guy? How did they get one of those? We must have one for our own empire. We need to find this super smart science guy. He's sure to know how this whole thing started. There's a chamber behind the stage that makes strange sounds all the time. The river claws called it the storm chamber and told me to stay away. Maybe you're brave enough to check it out.
An electrified gate. Someone doesn't want you getting inside.
An electrified gate? Someone doesn't want you getting inside.
They just said that.
An electric gate? You know, we had some problem with telluric eels nibbling on equipment. One of them caused an electrical short. You could use the telluric eels to short out the gate. Why don't you collect some telluric eels and try out my idea?
Okay, so we have to defeat 6 of them. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's go see what awaits us.
This must be the storm chamber.
Wizards, your magical theories and postulates are unwelcome here. This is an era for scientific progress.
Dr. Zygmunda.
I will master the storm batteries in the River Clock Kingdom. We'll see a revolution like none before. Now prepare to face the fury of applied science.
This is actually the first battle that we've ever had to do where we have had more than 2 enemies. We actually have 3. Could do that, but adding another fire blade would do more damage. Hopefully we can survive one more round.
Now that you've walloped some sense into me, I see that I had gone mad with power. I thought to teach you a science lesson, but it was you who showed me the error of my ways. I had no idea my experiments with the storm batteries would cause so many problems. Together, we can make things right. I need you to find the storm battery parts that I damaged in my initial experiments. The currents spread them far and wide. Search the deep warrens for the broken pieces of the storm batteries and bring them back here.
Okay, so now we need to go pick up pieces on the street, basically. Okay, so let's go get these storm batteries. We need 5 of them in total. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Oops. Let's go talk to the good doctor.
Good work finding the broken pieces. Unfortunately, I accidentally fed some of the lightning seeds to the telluric eels. It was an experiment. Besides, they really liked them, though it did make them more aggressive. Strike that. Move on. You must defeat the telluric eels and recover the lightning seeds. Onward for science!
Basically, we only have to do 1 battle, but that's if we collect the seeds. Hopefully we're able to do that on the first battle. If not, try again. Luckily, we were able to get them. Looks like somebody joined who hasn't fought him yet. Oh well, we'll help them out. Shout out to Blaze Legend Hunter. He is a legendary Thurgist, which is also life. Okay, now that we've done that, we can talk to the Dr. Sigmunda.
Splendid! Now we have everything we need to make the world safe. For science! Get things back to normal. Now that we have the pieces of the storm batteries and the lightning seeds, it is a simple matter to put it all together. I will monitor the flow from this position and save to while you engineer the repair. Yeah, you just put the pieces where you think they should go, and then I'll turn on the current. What could possibly go wrong?
The storm batteries look like they have been restored to working order.
Very good, my young scientist. Wizard. The telluric eel should no longer be a problem. The storm batteries are fixed. You should go fetch back the king now.
With that completed, we have reached level 16 and gained another training point. So now we have 6.
Yo, Dad, you want to go home? What's the rush? We have all the time in the spire. You fixed the storm batteries and put the super smart science guy in his place, did you? All's well, I suppose. Oh, I forgot that my kingdom's been taken over by an imposter, my old rival, King Amadeo of the River Claw. If only you had my royal seal. What's that? You do? Oh, wonderful! My royal seal will allow you to get into the royal tower, past the guards.
Okay, now that we've done that, let's go all the way back. Now that we're back, we can go to the royal tower.
The royal seal, huh? Of course, go right in.
For the royal palace, actually. And we have to talk to King Amadeo.
Ah, it is my favorite procurer of tea and crumpets. Did you bring me more fine delectables? What? You dared to call me King King Thermidor, an imposter? How disrespectful. Wait a moment. You are no simple baker of tasty pastries, are you? You stand revealed as a wizard of Wizard City. Very well, young wizard. You may have seen through my disguise, but you won't leave the royal tower alive.
So now we have to fight King Amadeo. I'm actually going to put in some glacial shields. Not that we'll really need them. He doesn't really have that much health. He only has 385, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken. With a blade and Firebird. We can easily handle him.
I am undone! To be defeated in such a strange and foreign land. For shame.
Bravo! Very well done, young wizard. The resemblance was uncanny. How did you ever tell that King Amadeo had replaced me? Catherine? So it was a simple cook who helped you see through the imposter's disguise. I always liked Catherine. I know. I will let her know how much she means to me. We'll write her a poem, and you will read it to her. Oh, how romantic. Go to my writing desk and craft a poem expressing my gratitude. Then go read it to my dear, sweet Catherine. Make haste!
So it seems that Catherine's love is returned. Let's go read the poem to her.
You did it! How is King Thermidor? I pray he's not too shaken up by his ordeal. A poem? For me? Oh, yes, yes. Please, read it aloud.
You take out the poem and begin to read.
Lo, in my darkest times away from this place, you were my light, my beacon, my grace. So I paid you no heed. You stayed loyal in time of need. Your claws how dainty as they mold your sweet tarts. Your kindness has cracked this crab shell apart.
That was lovely. Please show the king my deepest gratitude.
Back to the king. Although for the life of me, I don't know why Catherine couldn't say it herself to him. Because, I mean, she's going to come here anyways.
Oh, she liked the poem! I am so happy. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. You saved me and restored me to my throne. I could write you a poem. But wait, there is no time. You should return up above and tell Sir Homer Sunblade that the storm batteries are repaired. We will make sure the river claws do not damage them further.
So now everything is fixed. Thomas is back. The king is back. And now we can go turn in the quest. We are now done with Crab Alley. To good old Sir Homer Sunblade.
You're back. It looks like you were successful. The store mill is back in business. I hope you didn't run into any trouble. What's that? A Tale of Two Kings? A mad scientist? Crabs writing poetry? That's quite an adventure you had, young wizard.
Okay, so we're done with that. The only quests left for Wizard City right now that we have is the Razor Edge, which is our crafting, and Magic Touch, which is for Gloria Kindle in Old Town. Okay, so we didn't do too bad. We got to level 16, got another training point. Our stats have increased. That's not bad at all. We learned a spell, which is Link. And now that we're level 16, we can learn another spell. But I will pick that up and finish the quests that we have for Wizard City next time. And don't forget to tune in, because next time we will be doing Sunken City. It's the dungeon for Wizard City. So that should be fun. Alright, thank you.
I'm gonna get you to burst, just like you were a bubble. Frame me up on your wall, just to keep me out of trouble. Like a moth getting trapped in the light bulb fixation. Truly feel love, baby, I'm talking no inflation. Too many war wounds and not enough war.